Monkeypox has become the anti-COVID. It's become the way that the libs forced us all to live under COVID, which was very, very easily spread and did not really pose major health risks to the vast majority of people, but it was still very, very easy to spread. It was so easy to spread that you pretty much couldn't stop it from spreading. There was no measure that the libs employed, from the masks to the lockdowns to the distance by 6 feet to the shots to the boosters. None of that has actually worked to stop COVID at all, not even in the slightest. And yet they made us shut down our lives for 2 years. Then monkeypox, which can be a little bit more dangerous, but is not very easily spread. There's pretty much only one way to spread it, and it's not very pleasant, at least in the minds of the vast majority of people. Monkeypox, which is only, I know this is politically incorrect to say, it's pretty much only spread at gay orgies. Not even at any orgy, though every orgy is in a certain sense gay, but specifically at male, homosexual, bathhouse-style orgies. That's where it started the spread, and that's where it continues to spread. Those we can't shut down. Now we can't even acknowledge it. Ned Ryun, who's a conservative activist, sort of prominent conservative figure, he just went on a Fox Business show, the Kennedy show, where it was him, 2 other panelists, and the host, Kennedy, and they were discussing monkeypox, and he suggested maybe people cool it with the gay orgies for just a little bit. All 3 other people on screen jumped down his throat for it.
As for monkeypox, I think there's a pretty good rule in life. Don't attend gay orgies. When you look at the New England Journal's report of the 520 orgies that they reviewed.
Ned, come on, man.
It's not about gay. How about not any orgies?
Go look at the New England Journal's report that NBC News reported on Friday, in which of the 528 cases they reviewed, 95% were sex between men. I think we actually have to have a serious conversation about where this is coming from. When I'm done, Brad, you can talk. Instead of going crazy and declaring a national pandemic when 3,000 people have it right now, it's insane.
I don't know, man. You don't have to be gay to get monkeypox, and you don't have to be bigoted when you talk about treating something that is that easily spread, Marie.
It's not bigot.
Yeah, it is.
This is science, Kennedy. 95% of the cases from the New England Journal.
You know what? I'm going to let Brad respond, okay?
That kind of, I will use the term, bigoted language that makes it seem like the only people that get this are from one group of Americans. Hey, guess what? Gay men also have friends and family members and colleagues, and this is not just transmitted through sexual activity.
So everything that Ned Ryun said is right. Virtually everyone who is catching monkeypox because they had sex with a promiscuous gay man. 95 to 98% of the spread is among dudes who have sex with other dudes. The men who have sex with men community, as some people are calling it. And then some people around them are catching monkeypox as well, which raises a whole lot of questions. You know, there were 2 kids who caught monkeypox in households with homosexual men. Haven't heard anything about that. Sure hope that's being investigated, but I doubt that it is. What Ned Ryun said is right. And by the way, if you want to prevent people from catching monkeypox, if you care about the homosexuals who are at risk of getting monkeypox, which is specifically homosexuals who are getting frisky with lots and lots of other homosexuals in promiscuous sex and orgies, you would want this information to be out there. You'd want people to know the risks, right? So he just reads a news report from a left-wing source from a medical journal. And the 3 people on screen say that's bigoted. Those are hate facts. First you heard from Brad Polumbo, who is an LGBT activist, and he would call himself a libertarian, but he's very, very pro-LGBT. And he says, oh, Ned, you can't say that. It's any orgies. Don't say gay orgies. But no, it is gay orgies that spreads monkeypox. That's just a fact, okay? It's just numbers. 95 to 98%, guys, okay? No, you can't say that. And then Polumbo was far from the worst person on that panel. Then it was the host, Kennedy, and the other guest, whose name I believe is Marie Harf, who called it bigoted. Don't go to gay orgies is now considered a bigoted statement on the right-wing news channel. On one of 2 or 3 right-wing news channels. Fox Business is probably the second most prominent right-wing news channel, allegedly right-wing news channel. And you can't say don't go to gay orgies there? Are you knuckle-dragging far-right, fascist, bigoted troglodyte? How dare you? Gay orgies is what America was built on. That's how dare you discriminate against the gay orgy community. These are the sorts of things that can't be uttered now. It shows you the way that the Overton window has shifted. When libs tell you, oh no, the conservatives are on the rise, the conservatives have made so many cultural gains in recent years, just look at that Overton window. Look at the range of acceptable discourse. You can no longer go on an ostensibly right-wing news network and say, hey, don't go to gay orgies maybe if you don't want to catch the gay orgy pox virus. And you can't say that without being smeared as a bigot, as some kind of hateful, awful person, because you recite statistics that were just published in a medical journal. That is the cultural shift. Yes, I think conservatives have great opportunities right now. We just overruled Roe v. Wade, for goodness sakes. This is great. I think the wind is at our sails. But the ground that we have to make up is so insane. The one that the liberals are losing their minds over right now is that conservatives might threaten this new definition of marriage, the Obergefell decision, which redefined marriage to include same-sex unions. The idea that that would be the great conservative cultural victory is insane, guys. That decision was made in 2015. That decision is 7 years old. For all of human history, up until 2015, everyone everywhere believed that marriage had sexual difference at its heart. That marriage was between a man and a woman. The idea that we would return to that, and this would be the huge far-right, fascistic, authoritarian return to 2014? Are you kidding me? Think about how much ground we have lost. You realize how much ground we've lost, not even when you watch the far-right news channels. It's when you watch the news channels that are supposed to be conservative. You realize just how far left the culture has become. This sort of monkeypox media reaction is a true lesson in political hierarchies. Who ranks above whom? Whose rights get protected above others? During COVID, if you wanted to visit your dying parents, let's say they were in a hospital or they were in a nursing home or they were just kind of aged, you were not allowed to do that. When your loved ones did die, you were not allowed to bury them. You were not allowed to have a funeral for them for months or years. George Floyd was allowed to have 4 funerals, but you were not allowed to have funerals for your family members. You were not allowed to go to church. You were not allowed to go to work. You were not allowed to open your business in a lot of places. You were not allowed to do much of anything. The pot dispensaries in California, those stayed open. That was kind of weird. Churches were closed, but the pot dispensaries were open. Okay, that kind of that gave you a little inkling, maybe this isn't just about what's safe and what's healthy. Maybe this is about the political preferences of the ruling elite. Maybe this was about giving special privileges to certain groups and discriminating against other groups. And then monkeypox shows it for certain. We shut down the entire world for over 2 years. Certainly you shut down the country for a cough that was unpreventable. But you won't even shut down the gay bathhouses to stop the gay bathhouse virus. You won't stop it. You won't do it. You're not even allowed to mention it, even on a conservative, ostensibly conservative news channel. Right now, go to epicwill.com, use code Knowles. For all you adventurous spirits out there, did you know, here's a fun fact, 100% of people who skydive will die. 100%. 100% of people who breathe also will die. Whatever you do, however you try to avoid it, you will die. No one here gets out alive. And you got to make sure that you take care of your sweet little beautiful babies, your kids. You got to make sure you take care of the people who love you. And you got to make those important decisions about what's going to happen to you and to all your stuff and to your family so that your loved ones aren't stuck in a lurch when you finally kick the bucket. A will is not even primarily about you. It's about all those loved ones and the hard decisions they are going to face when something happens to you. I won't even say if, because it is inevitable, my friends. Sorry that this is a little bit of a downer, but that's how it goes. That's why you got to go to Epic Will. Get your whole will sorted out. You can do it. It's very, very quick. It's extremely inexpensive if you go to Epic Will. Use promo code Knowles, Knowles. You will save 10% on Epic Will's complete will package. They'll set you up with a will in as little as 5 minutes. It's about $119 to secure your family's future. Unbelievable deal. Without a will, you're going to hand your stuff and your money over to people who don't like you very much. I'm talking about the government. I'm talking about all sorts of bad folks. Don't do it. Go to epicwill.com. Use code Knowles today. I'm so glad you liked that clip. Now, you got to ring that bell. We hit 1 million subscribers right before the birth of my second baby. How great is that? What a great birthday gift for him. Great Father's Day gift for me. You can tell I haven't slept in days. Make sure you ring that bell, subscribe. Let's get up to 10 million. Let's get up to 1 billion subscribers here on this platform. We'll see you next time.